Welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. It is Friday afternoon for me here in Detroit, Michigan, and I'm just going. It's Friday. Like I said, you guys don't see me during the weekend really, so this is really the day I kind of choose to do my football pregame segment basically for college football and NFL. And speaking of NFL, I'm a little pissed at the Carolina Panthers. That's the last time I picked y'all to win a game. That game showed me a lot. Carolina got their butts handed to them 36-7 by those New York Giants. One thing let me say about the New York Giants. One reason I didn't pick New York was I thought they were going to struggle, without key, players like Hickson, like Ahmad Bradshaw, without players like that, But they stepped up, and that's great. That's what the NFL is about. It's about opportunity, and when the opportunity comes, you either step up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I noticed a lot with Twitter, Facebook, people were just loving what the Giants were doing. And, I just want to bring up some things. First off, as impressive as Eli was, completed 27 of his 35 pass attempts, throwing for 288 yards. He only had one touchdown as far as, passing. But one thing I want to bring up, is first of all, Eli had all day back there. He could have built a house. I'm just saying. You get that kind of time. I mean, that was like a practice. I felt like I was watching Eli just throw practice throws to his receivers. So while I felt like Eli played great, he played great against a non-existent defense. I mean, let's be real. I could have went out there and got 20 people from the street and probably played just as well, if you give me that much time, to throw the ball back there. I'm not even a quarterback. I'm more of a safety myself. But still, it's just the whole point of the matter is Eli had all day back there. And that's basically all I'm saying. Now, on the end of the day, too, the other thing that bothered me about the Giants, as well as they played, they were forced to settle for a lot of field goals. I mean, let's be real. You scored, 3 times as far as touchdowns. You scored twice through Andre Brown, which, fantastic game by him. And then you scored once through Eli when he connected with Bennett. With the tight end Bennett. So, it was a lot of field goals, being settled for in New York. And if I'm New York, that's really what I'm looking at. Why did we have to settle for field goals against a horrible defense like the Carolina Panthers? So that was the thing that kind of bothered me personally with the Giants. I said, a win is a win. They blew them out. Hey, more power to y'all. But at the end of the day, the thing that bothered me, like I said, first off, Eli now didn't play great. But, I mean, like I said, I could have played great against Panthers defense, too, since there was pretty much none there. And then on top of that, like I said, you only scored 3 touchdowns. Why wasn't there? I mean, you guys got pretty much into the red zone almost every time y'all got the ball. Every drive, y'all pretty much was in the red zone. Y'all had to settle for a lot of field goals. So that's just something to keep an eye on. Like I said, it's a big deal, but it's not the worst deal. But at the end of the day, they kicked 5 field goals and had 3 touchdowns. A lot of those could have been more scores than that. So that's just something to think about. Capitalize in the red zone, especially against a weaker defense. As for the Panthers defensively, I mean, there's really no surprise. I mean, they sucked defensively for the last couple of years. But, I never thought I'd say this, but they might be worse in coverage and tackling than the Detroit Lions are. And I'm a Detroit Lion fan, and, y'all have heard me talk about Detroit Lions tackling and coverage. And for me to say that, it might be worse. I mean, that's saying something. I don't know, what it is with the Carolina defense. I mean, first of all, it was just sad that, that 4-man rush that Carolina used couldn't even get past the Giants' offensive line. It was just pitiful secondary. I mean, they had their moments every once in a while, but, they didn't really do anything spectacular or anything. I think the only thing they did do is, what did they do? No, they didn't do anything. So, at the end of the day, that defense, like I said, we know that's been a problem with Carolina pretty much the whole time. Anyway, it's always been their defense. I mean, offensively, we've said for the last couple of years, they have the potential to be probably, one of the big offensive threats in the NFL. I mean, because they have what you need. They have that. The main thing that they're probably missing, we could really say, is just those real receivers. Because Steve Smith is, he is small, but you have a good tight end target in Olsen. You have good running backs in, Tolbert, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart when he's healthy. You know what I mean? So you have a great quarterback in Cam Newton. At least I think he has the potential to be a great quarterback in Cam Newton. So there's potential there. But even offensively, I mean, Cam Newton threw 3 interceptions, and a lot of them were forced or just passes, that I just was like, Cam, what are you doing? And like I said, this goes back to Cam. And like I said, you know what? Cam had a great rookie year, true. But, like I said, I'm looking to see how Cam bounces back. Like I said, he's going to struggle. You know what I mean? That's to be, especially with that offensive line. That's a given. He's going to struggle. But like most analysts have said, let's see how he bounces back. Because at the end of the day, he's going to struggle. But he has to bounce back. But I can't blame it all on Cam when you had no luck running the read option against the Giants. Nothing pretty much worked against the Giants. I mean, like I said, Cam had a hand in his face every day. Cam just needs to learn every day. Every time. Cam just needs to learn, throw the ball away, run for your life, do something. Because he can't give the ball back. You can't have this many interceptions. So I'm looking to see how Cam is going to bounce back. But as of right now, like I said, I'm not picking the Panthers no more to win nothing. No, I'm playing. But, at the end of the day, that was the thing that kind of stood out to me, like I said, with the Panthers. Just didn't execute at all, especially offensively. They play the Falcons. I think their next game is against the Falcons next Sunday, and that's not going to be an easy game. And they're playing at the Georgia Dome, which is pretty tough to play at. So let's just see how Cam, comes back, and let's see what he does. The schedule does not really get any easier for the Panthers. So if I'm the Panthers, you learn from this. You try your best to bounce back and just, continue to build that team. If I'm the Panthers, I'm just saying. Moving on to some other football that's going on this week, we have first. I'll start off with NCAA football. Let's get into college football first. There's some good games going on this week. I'll start off with the local teams. Michigan State first. Michigan State faces Eastern Michigan this year. Tomorrow. This game, I do not plan to watch this game. If this game turns out to be close, then Michigan State really has a problem. Michigan State lost to Notre Dame, as I expected you to. Blah, blah, blah. Move on. At this point, if I'm Michigan State, blow out Eastern Michigan. Your mindset should be basically getting ready for Ohio State when you open up who you open up Big Ten play against. If I'm Michigan State, that's my goal. Come on in Eastern Michigan. No offense to Eastern, but y'all know y'all are. Go on and run over Eastern Michigan. Be done. Get ready for Ohio State, because that's going to be a true testament, too, of where Michigan State is and how you guys are going to bounce back. As for the things that y'all need to do, like I said, you need to get those receivers together. It's no longer just a Maxwell problem. It was never just a Maxwell problem. It was always a Maxwell and receiver problem. You got to get these receivers in here. You do. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's going on with some of these guys dropping balls. I think they dropped 8 or 9 passes in that Notre Dame game, one being a touchdown pass. That just can't happen. You can't do that. You can't do it against Eastern, and you dang on sure can't do it against any good teams like Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan, whoever you play. So at the end of the day, that can't happen. Receivers need to do a better job, and Maxwell just needs to do a better job. But I can't put it all on Maxwell and say that he's doing it all wrong, because at the end of the day, he's throwing good passes and receivers aren't catching them. Maybe it's time to start thinking about playing DeAnthony Arnett more, Aaron Burbridge. I know he's coming off an injury, but it's time to maybe think about putting him in there, especially for that Ohio State game. You need some speed. You need some guys who can go out there and catch it, because quite frankly, some of the guys who've been out here just haven't been, cutting it, like Lippett. Just saying. Not trying to be harsh, just saying, catch the ball. Moving on, Michigan plays Notre Dame, and I'm picking Michigan to win. It just seems like Michigan just has a tendency to win these games. But mainly I'm picking Michigan because I think with Notre Dame's defense, especially with their secondary being in so much trouble right now with injuries or whatever the case may be, I think Denard's just gonna run all over this defense. I think that was something that helped Notre Dame when they played Michigan State. Michigan State, Maxwell, he's not a mobile quarterback. That's not what he does. Denard's gonna buy himself time in the pocket. Like I said, once he gets past those linebackers, which I'm sure he won't have a problem doing. He may struggle, of course, at sometimes. Sometimes, but at the end of the day, I expect him to do well in this game. But the main thing I'm looking at for Michigan is first, once again, get that running game established. Pierre, like I said, it was great that y'all beat UMass, but don't read too much into it. It's UMass. The same things that I saw against UMass, I kind of want to see. Not necessarily you running over people, but I want to see you do well. I want to see Pierre do well. I want to see Denard take his time and throw those good passes like he did in the UMass game. Those are the things I'm looking for. I'm picking Michigan to win this game. I know it's on the road. I know it's going to be tough, but it's just something about Michigan and Notre Dame. Hopefully, Denard don't put me through no heart attack and have me, no 30-second to 1-minute comeback. But at the end of the day, I'm picking Michigan in this one. They're going to beat Notre Dame. Moving on to some of the other bigger games this week. One of the games to definitely watch is Florida State and Clemson. Clemson 3-0. Florida State is 3-0. Definitely looking forward to this. But personally, I'm picking Florida State to win because I believe Clemson has they have good players, but good players, big players, whatever. They don't make the play when it counts to me, in my opinion. So, and personally, and you about to be in Florida State at that, That's a crazy. Florida State is one of the craziest environments you're ever going to as far as college football. So I don't think Clemson's gonna come out and win. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good game. But when it comes down to the big moment, I'm trusting more in Florida State than I am Clemson. But it's gonna be a good game. The other good game to look out for is Oklahoma and Kansas State. Oklahoma's 2-0. Kansas State is 3-0. So definitely looking to see who's gonna walk out of here undefeated still. I'm personally still picking Oklahoma. Once again, they're at home. They're on a run. But I think Kansas State can make it interesting. I just don't think that they have the pieces to really truly beat Oklahoma. And the big game that everybody's been talking about, at least looking forward to, is Arizona versus Oregon. Arizona, who is now under Rich Rod. Michigan fans, y'all remember him. Rich Rodriguez, 3-0. Oregon Ducks, 3-0. So it's definitely looking like it's going to be an interesting game. I'm still picking Oregon, because I still don't think nothing's changed with Rich Rod when it comes to defense. He can control a heck of an offense, no question about it, but when it comes to defense, he doesn't know what he's doing. So I'm taking Oregon in this one, but it's definitely going to be a good game. And definitely looking forward to watching Rich Rod do his thing. Like I said, I haven't really had a chance to really sit down and really look at Rich Rod's games and really analyze, but, doing good things in Arizona, but I'm still picking Oregon to win this one. Moving on to the NFL real quick. It's some good games. There's some pretty good games coming up. I'll start off with the Lions. Lions play Tennessee Titans. The big deal with the Tennessee Titans has obviously been Chris Johnson. He's blaming his blockers. They're not there for me. Boy, just run. They doing everything they can for you. I'm sick of Chris Johnson. My whole thing with the Lions is, look, when it comes to defensive execution, we're horrible. We can, we the comeback kids and everything offensively, but when it comes to defense execution, we're horrible. And my whole thing is, do not make Chris Johnson look like a superstar. That's my whole thing. He only has 21 yards. Do not make that man look like a superstar. It is no reason that he should struggle the same way he's been struggling. Tackle him. Do not allow this boy to get any big runs. I mean, that's really going to be the big threat. Like I said, Jake Locker, I don't expect him to, kill us through the air. Like I said, still be prepared secondary. But at the end of the day, Chris Johnson should not make his, real NFL season debut against us. That boy only got 21 yards. I should not see him run all over us. If I do, y'all gonna hear about it. Lions, offensively, Stafford, I don't know. Take your time, Stafford. Take your time. I'm not really worried about you yet, but like I said, this is a win we should get. It's on the road. Let's go ahead and get this good road win. Like I said, defense, just stay disciplined, no penalties. Tackle Chris Johnson. Secondary, cover to the best of your ability. Lions offensively, hey, do what you do best. Let Calvin go get it. Run Burleson and them across them slant routes and stuff. Let them do that, but throw it up to Calvin. Do what you do best. Do not turn the ball over. That's all I got to say about the Lions. Other big games is going to be going on. We're going to have the Eagles. Oh, yeah, Eagles. Y'all know what the Eagles play, right? They play the Cardinals. Now, this is what I'm looking forward to because the Eagles, they kind of that undefeated team right now, 2-0, that I kind of can't stand for the main fact that they've kind of not gotten lucky, but really just, I don't like teams who turn the ball over, play inconsistent pretty much the whole game, and then, because the other team didn't execute, they get the chance to come back and win. I'm just not a big fan of that. But at the end of the day, Eagles are 2-0, win is a win. Cardinals are 2-0. Kevin Colby's been doing well, in the place of the injured quarterback for the Cardinals. So, hey, I'm looking to see who's going to walk out of here. Personally, I'm picking the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are walking in here knowing what they need to do. I also think the Cardinals understand. And I think Kevin Cobb is just ready to get some revenge on the Eagles, whatever the case may be. But I'm picking the Cardinals. They look well balanced, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles came out once again with, 3-4 turnovers and win the game. That's just me. The other big game to look at is the Bucks. It's gonna be the Bucks. And who do the Bucks play? Well, I'm tripping. Who the Bucks play? Bucks play the Cowboys. I'm interested in this game just for the mere fact that both have been inconsistent. Bucks play one good game. The Cowboys play one good game. Next thing you know, they both play badly. So I just want to see how the Cowboys are gonna bounce back from their previous games. Bucks, it's at home for the Cowboys, so it should be a great environment. But I just want to see how they're both gonna play. Freeman, Romo, these are two quarterbacks that I think have the potential. They just don't always show us. So definitely look forward to that game. Jets and Dolphins. I just want to see how the Jets are just going to play offensively after that horrible, week last week. And then defensively, I want to make sure that Reggie Bush doesn't have a good game. I mean, Reggie Bush ran like he was at USC last week. So I definitely want to just see, what Jets defense is going to do to stop that. There's no reason Reggie Bush should have a career night against the Jets. But it should be still a pretty good game, but just want to see basically. I'm still picking the Jets to win. I just really want to see how the Jets are going to play offensively and once again defensively. I should not see Reggie Bush with career numbers. Falcons and the Chargers is going to be definitely a good game to watch as well. Mainly just for the fact they're both undefeated. Falcons are going away this time to San Diego. Just want to see how San Diego plays, and like I said, this is going to be a battle of the quarterbacks truly. You got Matt Ryan. You got Phillip Rivers, 2 quarterbacks I highly respect. Definitely want to see what they're going to do. And, I mean, you got Floyd for San Diego at receiver. You got Ronnie White, Julio Jones for Atlanta. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a game to definitely watch. I'm not, I'm going to keep my prediction a secret. If you want to know my prediction, be sure to check out my Twitter or my Facebook account because I will have the predictions up Sunday morning. And then the other big game that I just briefly want to talk about that I cannot wait to see is the Patriots and the Ravens, which is the Sunday night football game. That's going to be huge. Both teams are 1-1 coming off their own losses. One loss to a field goal, one loss because they didn't want to execute at the end. But definitely looking forward to seeing how Brady plays, how Flacco plays, how Ridley is going to do rushing wise, how Ray Rice is going to do. Just interested really just to see how both teams are going to bounce back. Some people are doubting the Ravens, some people are doubting the Patriots, but at the end of the day, I think they're both going to be fine, and they're both going to be some teams to look out for come playoff time. I'm just saying. This game is going to be interesting. Like I said, if you want to see my predictions, be sure to follow me on Twitter at L-Beasley313. That information is also on the credits, or friend me on Facebook. Normally updates are there 24/7. Be sure to check me out. Once again, thank you for tuning in this segment of Sports Talk with L-Beasley. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to be a guest on my show, be sure to let me know. You can hop right on Skype with me. Love to have you on as a guest. If there's a specific topic you even want me to discuss, be sure to let me know. Email me, tweet me, message me, whatever you feel comfortable with. Once again, all my contact information is on the credits at the end. Go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys Monday. Peace.